The New England Patriots have had 2 different football helmet designs since the beginning of the Super Bowl era. We are going to go over those, but they've also had a ton of little tweaks along the way, and I think that there's some pretty big missed opportunities. We are going to go over all of those. Steve, what are your thoughts on the Patriots?
I'm a Giants fan. I have fond memories of 2 Super Bowls. I don't hate on the Patriots the way a lot of people do. I think that, the fans have been through some tough seasons for the Lions fans out there as well. I'm not a hater.
For a guy who grew up in New England, to me, it felt like it was every season the talk was, are the Patriots going to be moving this year?
Right.
Right, and they got bought and things started to turn around. Well, let's talk about some of the positive things about the Patriots because the people watching are Patriots fans. Well, most of them.
Yeah, and if you're not, don't worry about it. We did all other 31 teams, so check out the playlist.
Yes. So we're starting with the Super Bowl era. So from 1964 through 1981, they wore a white helmet with Pat the Patriot on the side, a red, white, blue, white, red striping, where basically they had 3 stripes, 2 red and 1 blue, and then just in the middle they let the white come through, and they had a gray face mask. Red, white, and blue you can do a lot with. Just ask the Bills, who you can go to their video and hear what we have to say about them. But overall, I mean, that was their look for decades.
Yeah, I mean, patriotic, right? Yeah. Obviously, can't take that away from them. And I think it's cool. It is for the 60s.
You're not selling me, Steve.
I mean, because I'm not that into it.
Well, the design of Pat the Patriot apparently was a cartoon done by a guy from the Boston Globe, I think years before.
Yep.
They used it on the helmet. That's kind of cool, I guess. They was probably like a local iconic thing that everybody just kind of grew to know.
Yep, the logo probably wouldn't fly nowadays for a couple of reasons, but I think it's a good switch when they made the switch.
Interestingly, in 1982, that was kind of, I don't know, I would not call this a big redesign, but they did change the logo where they just made Pat the Patriot bigger.
Yeah, he's bigger, I think a little tougher, right? They added
stronger. He'd been bulking up that season, yeah.
Yeah, but the biggest change was the face mask color.
Sure, they got rid of the crummy gray face mask. They put a white face mask on it. It was a much cleaner look, I think, and it's hard to argue that it wasn't a move in a good direction.
Crummy, it's a great adjective because it's really no other word for it.
Yes. So in 1990, they switched that white face mask out for a red face mask. Mm-hmm. And I say, good for them. You've got red, white, and blue in your colors. Yeah. Guess what? There's another color that they could have gone with that would be pretty easy to just incorporate now. Wink, wink.
Yeah, I don't like this red at all.
No?
No.
I kind of like it.
Just make it blue. I don't know.
But I would like blue as well.
Yeah.
So interestingly, the blue in the Patriots design is called nautical blue. That's what they call it. I think this is almost a spot-on color to match our face masks, which are Seattle blue. Mm-hmm. Okay? But we're going to go over in a little bit how they changed the blue.
They really did change the blue.
Yeah, okay. In 1993, this is when they really changed everything. They had new owners, they had new quarterbacks, and they completely abandoned their old design, classic design. Total rebrand, total refresh. Very similar to what we have here, silver helmet with the flying Elvis design, which I don't think that was their intent.
Right.
Certainly more aggressive, more modern, I guess, more current. And they had a gray face mask. So somewhere in someone's brain, they said, hey, let's do this super modern thing and then use a gray face mask that's literally the most boring choice you can make.
You really hate light gray. So I think that the swap to the silver helmet was excellent. And I really actually like the logo change. And I think what's fun about it is like the more you just look at the face, it does things. Like you can see like 8 other objects in it. It's kind of an interesting logo.
The face does look like it almost belongs on Mount Rushmore. So the design with the gray face mask, that lasted 1 year. Apparently there was other people that didn't like it. They switched to a red face mask in 1994. During 94, they actually, as many of the teams did, they had a throwback to their 64 to 81 look, which was the white helmet with the smaller Pat the Patriot. And that was their 94 special helmet. But in 1994, that's when they switched to this. They've been wearing it ever since with the red face mask. But they also, somewhere along the way, Steve, you remember what year it was? They changed the blue.
2000, they made the blue darker.
I think the thing about it that I don't care for is the silver. You know, to me, it's a red, white, and blue design. I like red, white, and blue. I don't get the silver.
I think my favorite design is the current design, just like the one that we have sitting here on this desk.
I think that my favorite design is that 82 to 89 white helmet, white face mask, larger, oversized, I guess you could say, Pat the Patriot, red, white, and blue stripes. I think the thing that the Patriots are missing, the low-hanging fruit, if you will, would be to switch this up every couple of games, put a blue face mask on it, you put a silver face mask on it, which would look great.
That would be. We're trendsetters, right? Weren't they the first team to start 3D bumpers?
They were the first team to start 3D bumpers. They still wear 3D bumpers on all their helmets. So you're right, they are kind of trendsetters a little bit.
But that's kind of a big deal. I mean, think of how many teams now wear 3D bumpers, like 31 teams, right? Well, this one was obviously all about the Patriots, and if this is not your team, don't worry about it, because we did the other 31 teams, and they are all in the playlist.